The City of Toronto is making strides every year to expand housing options in neighborhoods, and now they're focusing on boosting retail and services in neighborhoods too. So, what is this change about? Well, we'll break it down in this video, but before I dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on Toronto real estate investing. First off, it's not everywhere, but in specific residential neighborhood zones in Toronto. R, RD, RS, RT, and RM zones. On major streets, we might see more commercial space, bigger unit sizes for commercial space, a wider range of allowed uses, but it doesn't stop there. Even on inside neighborhood streets, corner lots or spots near parks and schools might get the green light for smaller retail units and cafes too. And for those running home businesses, there's talks of allowing operations in garages and sheds, along with outdoor patios and product displays too. Now, let's talk about timelines. Public consultations happened in June of 2024 already, with final recommendations expected by the end of this year, 2024. If things follow previous patterns of 𝘽𝙤 approvals, we might see this get the go-ahead by late spring of 2025. So, what does this really mean for Toronto real estate investors? Does this change enhance investment returns? Well, honestly, we were all for previous changes, but we do have mixed feelings about this one. First off, leverage might be less favorable for commercial units, which could affect your numbers substantially. Currently, if you buy a property with commercial on the ground floor and residential above on the second floor, you're looking at a higher down payment of around 35%. You might be able to reduce this to 20% down payment, but only if the commercial portion is less than 20% of your property. Now, property taxes are another thing to think about. Mixed-use properties could see tax rates 3 times higher than similar-sized residential properties. Other factors to keep in mind is the potential for longer vacancy periods in commercial units compared to residential units too. So, let's compare two Toronto listings side by side to illustrate. A mixed-use property is listed at $1.8 million and has a $13,000 property tax bill. And in terms of rents, it generates $3,200 monthly from the upper unit and $4,000 from the retail space. In contrast, a neighboring residential duplex is listed at $1.2 million and has $4,000 in property taxes, with a rent roll of $3,200 in the upper unit and $4,400 from the main and lower units combined. Interestingly, the rents aren't actually all that different once you optimize the small residential lot. However, the mixed commercial property does face higher property taxes, which actually means lower net operating income even before you factor in higher vacancies potentially and lower appreciation on commercial units. Now, the value on the commercial property is much higher, so this could mean that you could get a bigger lift here if you convert part of it to commercial, but then that ends up bringing down your cap rates and cash flows too. Your leverage on the commercial unit is also not as good, which ends up tanking your ROI. Now, we know residential units come with more challenges like very strict landlord and tenant board rules and strict rent controls too. But with smart planning, you can tackle these issues a little bit better. So in the end, we are leaning towards pure residential properties still to maximize your returns. However, if you do want to diversify better and lower your overall investment risk, mixed-use properties could be an option too. You just have to make sure you find a better deal and optimize layouts to cash flow positive on it. Right now, the details on the potential changes are still a little bit vague from the city, so we will keep you posted on any updates that we get over the next few months. And if you do have questions or need help with Toronto multiplex investing, we're here for you. Our real estate sales brokerage specializes in this. Whether you want to invest in a ready-to-go multiplex or you want to convert a single-family home into a multiplex, we can help you make smarter choices. Here's how it's like to work with us. We'll learn more about you and then show you how to find good deals and eventually help you pick the best property for you. If you need renovations, we've got trusted contractors and can guide you throughout the entire process as you manage your project. Plus, we can handle renting out and managing your property too. So if you are ready to get started, head over to this link here and let's chat.